So over the dozens, if not hundreds of video games we've played over our life, there may be one that you have played the most and possibly considerably more than any other game. And for me, there is one game that has taken that reign, and I want to talk about my story, what it is and how long I've played that. So without keeping the suspense of what game it is Destiny. And I have put in over 1,000 hours into this game. Now, in terms of how I put that 1,000 plus hours in and why, it's a culmination of reasons, and it's not purely attributed to just this game, but is also attributed to first time experiences I've had with modern video gaming. That being, so firstly, I got this with my PS4. This came out as the first bundle of the white PS4 with Destiny. So it was the first time I was playing a brand new console, and that was so invigorating playing the PS4 for the first time. Secondly, this was the only game I had. Thirdly, I'm also very late to modern HD consoles. I was playing my PS2 solely, and Nintendo's not long before getting the PS4, because I only started playing the PS3 maybe 1 or 2 years prior. So for me, it was like, wow, it feels so different, just going through the menu and everything, all the things you can do, going on the internet and stuff like that. I was like, what? This is incredible. And then starting to play this game. So I played about a month worth initially, and I did everything I felt I could, and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, so that's it. That was just playing by myself. And the thing is, this game is a shared world shooter, and you're playing with other people, and that was quite like wow for me, because I've never really played any video games online with people. I've been playing all my Final Fantasies and Kingdom Hearts and stuff where it's all single player RPG. I'm the only person in the room, so it was really like incredible. And playing PvP with all these people, and playing PvE with other people around you, I was like wow. But by the month I was like, I'm very satisfied. But then there's one thing I still hadn't done, and that was a raid. It was called the Vault of Glass. This is the first raid in Destiny. And in order to do that, you had to actually team up with people. And there was no matchmaking, so you had to find the people. So I went through the Bungie forums, and I found out, you just say, looking for people for the raid. But not long before that, or around that same time, I was doing a strike, and I put my microphone or speaker to like open access. So basically, that people can hear you and you can hear them, because there's an option not just having the mic muted or something, but the channels are open, I should say. And next thing I was hearing someone, I didn't think it was like really true, because for many people it's probably a normal thing, they're all being introduced with the Xbox 360, PS3. I think maybe even Xbox original had some form of voice chat or online connectivity and stuff. But for me, coming from single player RPGs from PS2 and before, I was like, what? I'm hearing someone. It was the first time I was talking to someone through an actual console. It was just incredible, And then that added a whole new layer to gaming. You were playing and you're talking with people, whether it's about the game, just about life and stuff. But it also even made sort of the increase the way you tactically play. You could communicate on what to do. And then we were like, let's get a raid together, me and this guy. So through that, we were able to find people and stuff. And next time I'm playing with people, I'm talking to them. We're strategizing and everything, and it was just incredible. And from that moment on, that was where it really began, that I was investing many more hours into this. And through that, Destiny is heavily a loot-based grinding game. At least it was at the time. I'm not sure how it will be with Destiny 2 and how it was towards the very end of Destiny's life cycle, where I just couldn't afford to keep getting the expansions. And I don't even have the hard drive space. I was like, nah, I have my time with that game. But going back again, we did the Vault of Glass, and then, we're after sort of the rarest weapons, the exotics, and one in particular, and that is called the Galahorn. You could call it the most coveted exotic weapon at that time, and it was the one that everyone would want to raid with you if you had it, because it was so much easier. It was just an incredibly OP weapon. And then I went on the loot grind with people, chatting about life and stuff like that, but going for the exotics, specifically the Galahorn. I think they say Yellowhorn in Sweden, but don't quote me, I could be saying that completely wrong. And yeah, so we would go through and then we'd see who gets it first, you know, when do we get it, try and help the others get it. And there were sort of limits each week, so you could only raid or do one raid. Each raid you could only do once a week. Strikes you could only do 1 to 3 times a week, I believe, or at least, you know, once per character and stuff. And then I started shifting over to one character and deleting another character, then in a whole day re-going through everything, the story and stuff. Once they go to a certain level, then you can put all your gear back on them, and then you can redo like all the strikes and the raids and everything and have a chance at getting the exotic weapons again. So that sort of became slightly addictive in that nature. It was never a game that I was addicted to in the sense that I felt like I was being forced or I had to play it without wanting to. Maybe there was a little bit of addiction with the loot base, wanting to get that weapon, but again, it was something I wanted to get and I was enjoying everything along the way. So it wasn't something that was essentially, I guess you could say, affecting me. But I was playing this game so much, it's like 6 a.m. and stuff like that, again playing with people. If I ever played it by myself, it's only just a couple of hours, but that extra layer of depth of playing online with people, and for me being at the first game and essentially first time ever, it was sort of culmination of everything that made me, you know, play this game for as long as I did. And I did those 1,000+ hours within a year or so. I remember seeing, you know, on my Bungie profile, the different characters where I put X amount of days, literally days, into the characters. But then, you know, I realized I had my time. There are other things that came in my life that I had to do. Fortunately, because I wasn't essentially addicted, it was so easy for me to stop. You know, I felt like I enjoyed my time. Now I'm doing other things. But man, I think about how many Persona 5s and all them games that I could have beaten within those 1,000 hours. I mean, I have such a massive backlog and I could have cleared it out. But in saying that, this game is a treadmill experience, you can say. You know, you can play it with music in the background, talking to people, listening to an audio podcast. Intense story-based RPGs, they're harder, and I feel like I can't play them in as long periods because I need to digest the story and then go back to it the next day, and so a couple of hours of time. But again, that's my story of how I ended up playing 1,000+ hours of Destiny, the game I've played the most in my lifetime. But I want to hear yours. You know, what game have you played the most, and maybe what game have you been the most addicted to, or even series you've just been able to sink the most time. Maybe not series, I should say, genre of video games. Was it platforming, 2D side-scrolling, shooters, action RPGs, open world exploration? I'd love to hear it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and until next video, stay spot on.